Hello and welcome to Tech This Week. This week saw a healthy mix of funding, IPOs, enterprise IT expansion plans, and internet hackings in the world of technology businesses in India. Among those was the creation of India's latest unicorn startup, BlackBuck. But more on that, this logistics tech company on the other side of the episode where we catch up with founder and CEO Rajesh Yabaji. First, we review the other top headlines of the week. Zomato shares made their debut on the bourses this Friday, and boy, did they soar. Shares of the food delivery firm listed at 115 rupees a piece on the Bombay Stock Exchange. It surged about 51% or 39 rupees from IPO price of 76 rupees. Soon it hit 20% upper circuit at 138 rupees. That's nearly doubling IPO investors' money only at about 10 a.m. in the morning. And as of market close, the shares of the company traded at 125.85 rupees at market close. Earlier in the day, Zomato put up a blog post with a title letter from DP, which is Deependra Goyal, the co-founder and CEO of the company. So there's this part where he goes on to say, we're going to relentlessly focus on 10 years out and beyond, and we are not going to alter our course for short-term profits at the cost of long-term success of the company. The tremendous response to our IPO gives us the confidence that the world is full of investors who appreciate the magnitude of investments we are making and take a long-term view of our business. Those were some interesting comments coming in from the CEO, and so good luck to Zomato on that, because clearly there are a lot of hopeful eyes on them. Anyway, alongside online insurance aggregator Policy Bazaar also received the approval from its board to raise 6,500 crore rupees through an initial public offering later this year. Moving on to the latest talk, actually not latest, it's been the talk of town all week. UK-based non-profit Amnesty International and Forbidden Stories, which is a French website dedicated to quote-unquote publish the work of other journalists facing threats, prison or murder, alleged on Sunday that Pegasus, which is a spyware built by Israeli security firm NSO Group, had been used to hack the mobile phones of close to 300 high-profile Indians. Now, this list was curated after investigations by 17 global news organizations, including the Washington Post, The Guardian, Le Monde, and in India, the list of targets allegedly included cabinet ministers, government officials, scientists, 3 opposition party leaders, about 40 journalists, activists, and businessmen in India. And globally, the media consortium said over 50,000 phone numbers have been identified as persons of interest by the clients of NSO. Shifting gears to the enterprise tech side of businesses, HCL founder chairman Shiv Nadar on Monday stepped down as the nearly 45-year-old company's chief strategy officer and managing director. He is now the chairman emeritus and strategic advisor to the board. The 76-year-old was succeeded by current CEO C. Vijay Kumar as the company's new managing director for a tenure of 5 years from July 19. Also, with Monday, all of India's 4 largest IT service firms concluded their first quarter results announcement. So be sure to check out this consolidated copy I published on how Infosys, TCS, HCL and Wipro fared in the quarter on techcircle.in. Moving on, Wipro on Tuesday launched Wipro Full Stride Cloud Services and said it will invest $1 billion in cloud technologies and capabilities, acquisitions, and partnerships over the next 3 years. The company currently employs over 79,000 cloud professionals and over 10,000 people certified by major cloud service providers. And this against Wipro's total workforce strength, which stands at 200,000 professionals. What adds more sense to this newfound opportunity is that over the last 12 months or so, it signed several of these cloud first deals from with the likes of sector agnostic giants, including Metro AG, which was one of its largest deals, the $700 million deals. There was Telefonica Germany, O2, Vodafone, E.ON, and the likes. Moving on, Alphabet and Google operated YouTube is set to acquire video commerce app SimSim to help its viewers discover and buy products from local businesses in India. Now part of Google's India Digitization Fund of $10 billion, SimSim was founded in 2018 by Amit Bagaria, Kunal Suri, and Saurabh Vasishta. It serves as a platform to connect local businesses, influencers, and customers. The Delhi-based startup, owned and operated by SZS Tech, has raised a total of $16 million so far from the likes of Shunway Capital Partners and Axel India Management. And talking about acquisitions, continuing on its aggressive inorganic growth run, Byju's has acquired Epic, which is a Redwood City, California-based digital reading platform for children, for $500 million, which runs about to 3,730 crore rupees as per current exchange rates. And so, the Bengaluru headquartered EdTech has earmarked investments of up to $1 billion for this sort of expansion into the North American market. Right. Now, easing ourselves into the next segment on this episode, which is the guest feature, startups saw continued influx of money in and out of bank balances all through the week. Lenskart, there was Lenskart, wherein Temasek Holdings and Falcon Edge Capital led $220 million investment in a latest round of funding at online eyewear retailer Lenskart. There's also online first baby products retailer Global Bees, which is India's largest Thrasio-style house of brands venture for direct-to-consumer or D2C brands and online sellers, having raised $150 million in a mix of equity and debt in a Series A round of funding. Next up, there was also pre-owned cars platform Spinney, which has been spinning in money. Sorry for the bad puns this Friday, but on Monday it raised $108 million as a part of a Series D funding round led by Tiger Global Management, with a US-based investment firm alone pooling in $75 million. There was also India's food delivery, duopoly also advanced to a new terrain, so to say, with SoftBank Group Corp entering into the space to lead Swiggy's $1.25 billion growth round from its Vision Fund 2. Now, moving on to BlackBuck, the logistics technology startup on Thursday said it had raised $67 million as part of its Series E funding round led by Tribe Capital, IFSC Emerging Asia Fund. There was a VEF, and this fundraise was done at a valuation of $1.02 billion, thus catapulting it into the magical horses club of startups that boast a valuation of at least $1 billion. Now, India has seen, India's churned out a bunch of these unicorns at a record pace this year, despite the raging pandemic. We're going to learn more on this and BlackBuck from the founder and CEO, Rajesh Yabaji himself. Hi, Rajesh. Thank you for joining us. How's it going?
Hi, Supriya. Going good. Things are good. Hope you and your family are also doing well in midst of this second wave.
Yep. We're all good. We'll just dive straight into the questions. Congratulations to you and your team. Do you place any value, Rajesh, to being India's latest unicorn? Let me just ask that.
So Supriya, I think the journey through the pandemic wasn't an easy one for the core logistics sector. And BlackBuck, being one of the largest, the largest player in the logistics sector with like 90% market share, had a lot to do. And I think the good part about and what this entire fundraise for us today means is more a validation for the story we've been sort of creating, the kind of work we have done. I think that's what is more important from here for us. But so for the team and for us, obviously the unicorn tag feels good.
Fabulous. Okay. So this is a company which is founded in 2015, provides B2B logistics solutions for long haul trucking, and essentially brings in shippers and truckers through the online marketplace that BlackBuck facilitates, right? Through these intercity freight transport. I want to know, with this new capital infusion, what is next in terms of growth and just general product development?
Yeah. So Supriya, in this entire journey of building the marketplace, the supply side work we've been able to do has been fairly deep. Like today, you go out, you ask probably 2 truckers, one of them is our customers, and another one probably would be using our app continuously on a daily basis, right? So pretty much laid out depth in the supply side of the ecosystem. But at the same time, it is still like 40% of the penetration, and we are looking at doubling that, which means we would go down to every city, every town where a fleet owner is present. And this is a bit of a problem because the fragmentation of fleet ownership is so high that we need to tap into every small town to get to the next level penetration. So that's going to be number 1 priority for us. Number 2 priority for us is that despite such a large number of fleet owners who are onboarded, the level of demand we have is only like about 3 to 4% of India's demand on the platform. And that is like on an exponential trend with truckers seeking digital solutions as we speak today. So that is one area where we will like get down to like 70 to 80% of the industrial towns, have our teams out there, get these onboarding of these shippers done. So I think these are the 2 vectors of deepening which we as BlackBuck will embark onto. And along with it, we will be launching, new solutions for our truckers, largely in the area of financial services, what we will be embarking upon as we, look to deploy this capital.
Okay, perfect. The next question I want to know, in this entire B2B logistics space, right? You have a player like such as yourself, BlackBuck, who aggregates a bunch of stakeholders together. Then you've also got another set which provides SaaS for just SaaS solutions for the same sort of stakeholders. So, with this the space constantly progressing by the day, what do you make of the market share or just the general market in India, and how is it shaping up?
Yeah. So I think B2B logistics can be sort of segmented in like a couple of parts, right? There is one entire ecosystem which serves the e-commerce industries, right? And that sort of took off in a big way the last couple of years, right? And the TAM of that industry is serving e-commerce part of the demand, right? Then remains the other part is the entire hardcore logistics, the entire brick and mortar for the Indian economy, the agricultural economy, minerals, metals, right? So this is where I think as you're asking, a lot of innovation is happening, right? So we are present in this space, number 1. Number 2, in this business there are a lot of areas, right? One area is that there are truckers who need a lot of services, right? So BlackBuck is a leading player in the fleet management services. We help a trucker make things efficient, right? Help them save money, help them make more money. That's one area of fleet management, right? Second area is the entire area of marketplace, right? Where they seek loads online, right? That's where again BlackBuck is a market leader, helping them take loads online. The other space is basically shippers, the enterprise shippers, trying to use softwares to automate their processes, help them manage logistics easier, right? So there are various SaaS companies out there which are coming in and making a game, there. That's one more interesting space, which is sort of coming up, right? And I would say like this is how the segmentation is, right? And there's one big area where still disruption has to come in, is the entire area of warehousing, right? Like hardly any play has happened there. There are various companies just slowly forming, over there. So to me, I think this is how we segment logistics in like these 5 parts. And BlackBuck is essentially playing in the fleet management and the marketplace areas in the country today.
Okay, so like the other sectors in the startup ecosystem in India, right? There's a lot of consolidation that you're starting to see, like with food tech or just with ed tech. Is there a way that you can try and pinpoint at a timeline where in the same will try and happen in the B2B logistics area, or are we too early behind from it?
Yeah. So I think for any kind of such consolidation play, 2 into 2 has to add up to like 8, right? That's when the consolidations are going to sort of start happening. I think logistics is one of the very early areas, right, where innovations are happening, innovations are getting deepened, and also because of the kind of demography of this industry, where we're talking about a fleet owner who is a demography who has come to the internet only in the last 2 years, right? So I think there will be a little bit of depth which all these companies will acquire first. I think which is going to take another, probably I would say 18, 24 months. And I think then we would be able to probably see the phenomena of consolidation where players joining forces to create 2 into 2, more like 8 kind of a phenomena. I think that's going to come in a bit later.
Well, thank you so much for your time and thoughts, Rajesh. That will be all the questions from me.
Thanks, Supriya. Take care. Have a nice weekend.
With that, it's a wrap on this episode of Tech This Week. Log into techcircle.in for more news and updates. Goodbye. Stay safe. Take care.